Good evening. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for popping up. It's been a minute. Almost 2 weeks. I think it'll be 2 weeks come tomorrow. Mostly just because of personal stuff. Things just getting a little bit complicated, and let's see, jeez, that this chat delay is so there's always such a delay from when you send a message to when I actually get it. I have to just keep playing with some settings. But anyway, how am I doing? I'm here. I'm tired. Real tired, always really tired. Between work and other personal things, dealt with my sister. Just trying to. Right now, I'm just trying to get back in the grind. That's all. This is just me trying to get back in the grind. Trying to get back to actually drawing more consistently, streaming more consistently. Even if no one's even coming through here, this is just for me to draw, and that's what I need to just do. She did like her tablet. She hasn't told me too much of what she's done on it, but I know she's messing with it. She's just I think she's just a little bit stressed about things, period, so it's hard for her to get too excited. She's been trying to keep her excitement levels to a relative low, because she doesn't want to get too hype about something and then something else bad happens. Like, she's just not doing the hottest. And I've been trying to be around a bit more. So that's kind of where I've been. When I think a day that I'm actually going to be able to stream, it turns out I can't. But like, I can't get anywhere for myself if I'm going back to just trying to do everything for everyone else. I need to try and make time, especially since I'm trying to fill up my schedule a bit more with animating. But I almost didn't come on today. I just got on here because I knew I needed to. It's been a while. Let's see. I'm not able to see all of my analytics right now anymore because something weird happened. OBS updated and it like signed me out of a bunch of stuff. There's a whole new theme for OBS now. I kind of like it. It had a real old school type feel before, like really rigid programs, software, and they just made it bubbly and minimalist, and the type of way that a lot of things are laid out graphically nowadays, and I happen to be a fan of it. I haven't heard too. I don't watch too many streamers or whatever, so I don't know how many are bitching about OBS. But it's sometimes it's clunky. Sometimes Twitch is getting rid of hosting. Oh man, what do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean they're getting rid of hosting? You know what? I am not drawing. I'm just talking and looking around. So. Let me get into Twitch getting rid of hosting, and oh man, we're getting into some fun stuff here. Taking away the feature, even though it helps a lot of smaller wait, sort of like someone like a bigger streamer hosting someone else's stream. Now you have to rely on raids, I guess. Well, that's pretty trash. October 3rd. Why? It was already next impossible for smaller creators to get noticed. Why are they doing even more? Yeah, I really don't understand. I really don't understand what they're doing. Yeah, I just don't get it. They really just don't want the platform to grow. They're doing a terrible job of managing the people they have. Oh, that's right. You said you were doing that. Taking that away is really sad. Did they say why? Like, at least if they're gonna do some shit like that, explain why. That's wild. I have to check my notifications and shit. This is why a lot of streamers are moving to YouTube. But YouTube's got its own issues. At least YouTube does a little bit better of promoting certain, like the algorithm, it's inconsistent, but at least you have a better chance of getting somewhere on YouTube than you do on Twitch. That is sad. That is really sad. I'm still gonna stream on both. YouTube's a fucking mess. Yeah, it really is greed. There's a lot of greed that's there's a lot of greed internally that's they're making really unnecessary moves. I think that a lot of these platforms don't need to do much of anything different to maintain the users that they have. Like there's some improvements that could be made here and there, but for the most part, like they don't. Why take that shit away? Why take stuff away? the world has built up this really huge community and way of life over the pandemic, and these guys are like actively sabotaging it. They're sabotaging, you know, the platforms they created. How sad. How sad. Sort of like what Instagram did with everything being reels. These guys they're chasing what they think the trend is. I don't want to hear this song. It's a little too slow. It's slow too, whatever. Let's see. We made the decision to depreciate this feature because the experience it delivers to viewers doesn't match their expectations when it comes to Twitch. What are you talking about? Viewers want to interact with a streamer when they're live, and host mode blocks this from happening. What are you talking about? Preventing the viewers from interacting with the streamer they're watching also limits a streamer's growth potential because they're not able to build meaningful connections with those viewers. Okay. Let me do my best to break this down. If someone is hosting someone else, then that viewership and engagement is not, they're claiming it's not going to the person being hosted. Is that true or false? Because I've never hosted anyone, I've never been in a stream that's been hosted. So if you're hosting me on your page and someone goes onto your page and notices me, are you getting that viewer count, or is it still being routed to me? Because if it's being routed to me, or even to both of us, there's no problem here. There's no problem at all. It's routed to me. Then there's no fucking problem here. There's no problem at all. It's basically a we both win thing, which is probably why it was implemented in the first place. So, what they're saying is bullshit. All I am hearing is bullshit. Yeah, all I'm hearing is bullshit. So they're using engagement as an excuse for... Yeah, people can leave before the raid happens, yeah. with my understanding of hosting, all it does is promote other channels. All it does is promote other streamers. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't take anything away from anybody. It's like, hey, yo, check out my boy, check out my this, check out my that. And then a person can have the option to follow or subscribe or whatever. Yeah, I don't understand. There's nothing in the Twitch landscape that's changed enough for them to feel the need to do this. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. The only thing I can think of for why this would make sense from a business standpoint, and it's honestly really fucking malicious, is if you say you have Ninja streaming, right? And he wanted to host and promote a smaller creator. Say he met somebody in a coffee shop and he was like, hey yo, check out my girl. You know, she's a cool person, check out her stream, I'm gonna host her. That doesn't hurt the viewers. That doesn't hurt either streamer. What that does is that potentially takes viewers from Ninja and throws them somewhere else. Which means there is less money being put into Ninja. Twitch probably gets a much larger kickback from the viewership, the ads and the viewership from a larger creator rather than them being routed to someone else. That's my assessment here. Business-wise, that could be it. And if that's not the case, then they need to say something. Because this just sounds malicious. This is a business move. This is not to help out viewers. This is not because the platform is broken. This is a clear business tactic. And the fact that people are so outspoken about it proves that it's not in the best interest of the people using the platform. Well, YouTube did a good thing by getting involved in the streaming game. They really did become a big competitor in this. So there is another platform to go to. The only thing that's gonna if YouTube is still not a viable option, maybe someday a new streaming platform will pop up. Like if Mixer wanted to be a thing now as opposed to when it was years ago, it'd probably be more successful now as an alternative because people be like, hey, let me give this a shot. Wait, what? Auto-modded for saying the word gal? How does that work? I don't know what's gonna happen with all of this streaming stuff. Yeah, there's there's about to be a supply and demand issue, for lack of a better term. There already kind of is, when it comes to streamers and content creators, and these platforms aren't doing anything to make things easier on themselves. There's too many people trying to get into this market, and they're doing a bad job of there's a doing a bad job of promotion, bad job of marketing, bad job of adjusting to it. I'm still going to use webtoon as a good example, because everyone wanted to make a webtoon, and they've expanded their platform so that they can promote newer people coming in as best as possible. Like there's no like, it's impossible for everyone who wants to get noticed to get noticed. But at least it's a cycle. It's a moving cycle. You have featured, you have canvas, you have like people that are basically featured on canvas. You have new people coming in and older people going out. You have some of the older people promoting some of the newer people. Like, it is, like, webtoon's almost self-sustaining. Twitch and YouTube can do that. IG's just a nightmare. I didn't know the Kardashians made a video about it. Sheesh. That is wild. And before we start getting, what is it? So far, TikTok hasn't really had any issues yet. Not glaring issues to make people lash out, other than them just not paying people well. Webtoon's expectations are wild. I can believe it. I can believe it. They're probably doing the same thing that a lot of manga publishers have been doing for a minute, and that's just trying to they're probably being really strict on new people coming in because there's so few slots to actually get a limelight. Like, if I did say anything in defense of that, it's probably just because, yeah, there's, I mean, it's not right. But from a business standpoint, I guess I kind of get it. And I love TikTok, but I think TikTok is just TikTok. You know, and YouTube is YouTube, and Twitch is Twitch. Instagram is Instagram. Like, everyone's copied off of each other over the years, of course. Like, but not everyone needs to do the same thing as everyone else to be, as like the new guy to be relevant. I don't think everyone needs to copy TikTok to be relevant, to stay relevant. It's the same type of ridiculous jargon that made, when mobile gaming started getting big, when they were like, oh my god, is this gonna be the next big thing? Is mobile gaming taking over? What are we gonna do? No one's gonna buy God of War if they're playing Candy Crush. No one's gonna like Raid Shadow Legends. the AAA gaming industry is not going to be in trouble because of mobile gaming, and that's an old topic that's like barely not even talked about anymore because it was ridiculous at the time, and social media platforms are really no different. How am I going to draw this? This is weird. How am I going to draw this? Uh-oh, what happened with Sony? What happened with Sony? Which Sony news? I need to knows. I gotta move this over. Oh, they're raising the price of the PS5. I know they're raising it everywhere except for America. Yeah, that's kind of shitty. Like, it's shitty for them to do that. Yeah, that's never been done in the console market before. Like, they've never raised the price of a console. It always just goes down. And what makes that move so unprecedented is like no one can even get a PS5. It's just as hard to get it now as it was 2 years ago. And they were talking about ramping up production, and we've seen no signs of that. Like, there's more Xboxes being sold in Japan right now than there are PlayStations. Like, Xbox has never done well in Japan. No one plays Forza in Japan. But they are now because they can't get a fucking PlayStation. Well. Sony's just seeing nothing but dollar signs. Mismanagement is real, yo. I don't know what they're doing with the PlayStations, yo. They can't use the chip shortage anymore because no company is having a chip shortage. Or they're like, it's not as much of a problem now. I can walk to the store and get any Xbox I want at the moment. I can get any Switch I want at the moment. The only reason I can't get a Steam Deck is they were on pre-order only. And they're working on a Steam Deck 2, apparently. Like, get the fuck out of here, Sony. I was lucky to get my PS5. And like, yeah, it's just gotten ridiculous. The only thing I can come up with, again, to maybe come up with a defense for certain moves or for their certain shortages, is that Sony is... They produce hardware. Like, exclusively hardware. The amount of hardware they produce and distribute is leagues above what Microsoft or Nintendo does. Microsoft just produces the Windows software, you know. But the PCs themselves are built by other manufacturers, like, you know, like Dell, Lenovo, HP, etc., etc. Nintendo, they make their console, but they usually only have one or two products in production at a time, much like Microsoft does. And Microsoft has more resources to get manufacturing and stuff done if they needed to ramp up production. Sony makes TVs, they make cameras. I know that the PlayStation is a really small part of their entire ecosystem. So I guess they have to try and they have to change up the way that they distribute their stuff, even if it's to the detriment of people on PlayStation. I don't think that defends ramping up prices, but that's the only thing I can think of for why it's so difficult for them to increase production on a PlayStation 5s. Again, this is just me trying to figure shit out. I'm barely playing devil's advocate. It's just trying to come up with answers. Hope you can't hear this dog that's barking outside of my window. I think my neighbors upstairs got a new dog or something. Because I hear yapping all the time. And some little kid playing with it on the balcony or something. these teeth to look like corn is just so difficult. I don't know how to do this. I guess it'll look better in coloring. I'm just trying to make it look like a kernel, you know? Oh good, you can't hear the pupper. Right now this just kind of looks like really weirdly drawn teeth. Tempted to throw random kernels up here in his mouth. Here we go. In places where they shouldn't be. I'll have to put like a normal corn shine mark on it or something. starting to look a little bit more like corn. there's things I could have done with his mouth here that would have made it a little bit more anatomically correct, but I think it's better that I don't work to try and make it look correct, because, well, it's supposed to have, it's like in a dream, you know? It's obviously not real, but something about it feels eerily close, almost like a computer generated it. So God, and with his face here, this just looks really fucking strange. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that. Interesting warm up. On here an hour already? Shit. And in the next frame, I'm not gonna redraw that shit now. Copy and paste. Ah. Why did I make this one so small? Why did I make this panel so small compared to the big shot here? Hold on, let me fix that. There might have been a reason why. Oops. I think it's because of the the kernels popping. Yeah, I think that was it. Something about it still feels a little too small. I'll make it a little bit bigger. I'll make like one big kernel pop out up here, because there's one trajectory there and then one looks like it's flying off or something. I'll do that. Just a little bit bigger. What's 25 looking like? Oh yeah. Yeah, because here's where we see a whole bunch popping out like that. Yeah, that's right, this shot. Let me close that. Let me close 20. Close 21. We can keep this open. Lock these two. Drop this in her. Oh my gosh. Oh, that actually fits in there perfectly. I'm gonna need to make his eye wincing. Is lit the other way, probably just because that popped. If there's anything I can alter on this one, it's maybe let's go into the eye a little bit more. We're gonna save. I could mirror this a little bit. I don't know if there's a... Because I feel like it does make more sense for it to pop on the side that's opened up a little bit. And there's nothing in the layout that forces the kernels to pop in that direction. So I think I'll just flip that. Oh god, that feels awkward. But I'll flip that. And then just have him wincing even more. Right up here. Duplicate this layer. Just so I have it underneath. Nostril would go up a little. That would also go up. This would go down slightly. Now, which one is going to bust? I'm like, make his the thing go towards the inside. Where's the inner? According to the drawing, it should be you. is getting the focus. I mean, so going to draw this like a quick stretch break. Quick stretch break. Have a nice view of this while I am on said stretch breaky. Alright. So before I got on stream tonight, I was wondering to myself, if I should have, if I should change up my overlays a bit, if I should have like a starting soon screen or a be back soon screen, something like that. I'm trying to figure out what aesthetic I want to go for, and it was really going to just be dependent on, I don't know, whatever style I was going to work with. I wanted to play some games a little bit more often too, maybe. I'm still trying to figure out this whole style aesthetic here. Like, it really has been just like thrown together, which isn't bad per se. I just don't know how I want to follow it up. Like what is my brand? No, I've like low key been struggling with that a bit because I don't know. I'm so bad at marketing myself. Yeah, same. I don't post on all my other socials as much as say you do. I see that you're on TikTok pretty consistently, but for the most part. At least whenever whenever I look. What time is it? Probably only gonna be on here another 15 minutes or so. Till 9. topic goes, alright. If I actually had more people like watching me, like if I actually had a real following, I'd probably make a like a popcorn emote, like corn popping out of Josh's mouth as an emote. Was this one face that Jeff makes in chapter 2? I'd make an emote. And I guess it's stuff I still could do. Somewhere down the line. Basically this or this, but he's dying. And it's gonna be as it looks there because it's like a transition. Hop from this to this. Don't look bad. Of course, one's bigger than the other, but... Yep. Alright, I'll stretch. I'll see if I can... I'll see how much of this panel I can draw. I mean, I was planning on getting off in like 3 minutes, but let's see how long this one takes me. for the exact anatomy, I'm not gonna be too worried about the positioning of like the placement of like his eyes and stuff. Like they may not be like. I'm gonna actually stick with the scribblings that I have in the storyboard for this one. I think it's like appropriately expressive. Like it's almost painful looking, desperate. Right down to how it looks like it's melting, how his pupils are like globular scribbles. looking good to me. Oh yeah, and then more popping carries on. Then we get to the transition. Yep. That's how I'm going to start next time. And by next time, I mean possibly tomorrow, which is the usual time. Yeah, possibly tomorrow. Which means it's gonna be it for tonight. What am I gonna do now? What do I feel like doing now? I don't know. I've got to study more for my animation. I've got to get better at that. I need to draw this as well. Oops. Go watch something, play something. Let's see, Bexus, I'm sure you probably didn't get around to keeping the stuff I had sent you. There's no rush, but whenever you do, let me know. I could, like, give me a call or something. The feedback is appreciated, because I do think I am going to lean more towards using Chapter 1 as the basis for the animation that I make. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna call it for the day. Anyone who's lurking in here, follow me. I'd really appreciate it. Follow me on here. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. Gotta put a plug in here at the end of it. Night, y'all.